Welcome back, y'all. So we're going to get right on into this video today, and I'm showing you guys how I prep my nails. I haven't used the rubber base in a while, but I said let me go ahead and put that rubber base down to protect my nail, and I used the Bondini glue. But when I put the rubber base down, the nail didn't want to stick. So a hack you can use, even if you don't use the rubber base, to get your tips to stick super fast, spray that what is it called, that glue spray on your nails first, and then put your glue down, and then your tips will, or put your glue on your tips, and then your tips are gonna like stick so much faster. And it was so much easier to do that because before I used the spray, it wasn't sticking. It wasn't sticking onto the rubber base. So I did prep the nails, with the dehydrator and the primer first, and then I put the rubber base on. And what the rubber base does is it just protects your natural nail. I like it because it protects your nail. And then on top of that, I'm going to put a thin layer of clear acrylic on my nail. So, because y'all know when I do my sets, and I've been wearing my sets again, I drill down to the clear acrylic. So now I'll still have that rubber base under that clear acrylic, which will protect my natural nail. So that's all I do when I switch my sets, y'all. I rarely soak off. I do not like soaking off. My nails are already thin, and I feel like when I soak off in acetone, it just makes my nails weaker than what they already are. So I just don't really mess with my natural nail. Just make sure it stays healthy up under the rubber base and or up under the clear acrylic. And I just drill down to the clear acrylic and then just start a new set. Just glue my tip onto that thin layer of clear acrylic and keep it going. So anyway, you guys, I'm using this little bitty brush from Young Nails, and I don't even know why I picked this brush up, but since I did, let me just tell y'all about this brush. So I like this brush because it's more for detailed work. So it did really well for the clear acrylic on the nail beds, but then I should have put it up after that. It's really good for toes or for super short sets. It's really good, but it does not pick up a lot of acrylic. I have literally tried to pick up a lot of acrylic with this brush, and it just won't. It just won't. So I'm not even trying. And as you can see, I'm having to piece this thumb together little by little. So I'm sorry about that. I just want to apologize to my thumb for putting my thumb through this pain of just piecing together this acrylic with this little bitty brush. It's a good brush. Don't get me wrong. It's Young Nails. And Young Nails has, we all know that Young Nails have great brushes, but it's just not for me, for this set. So anyways, okay, y'all know I want to do a recreation, and it would be my first recreation ever. Okay, I have never ever done a recreation ever. Every time I do my nails, it is just a freestyle. So I really didn't know what I was doing yet. So I love this pink. I love this pink, but not polish. So since I didn't know what I was going to do yet, the only thing I did know is that I wanted to use those neon rhinestones. That was all that I knew. I wanted to use the neon rhinestones. So that was all that I knew, y'all. But so I was just like, I'm just going to go ahead and put this pink on all the nails on the nail beds. I'll be right back.
when somebody says your name. In my stomach there's a pain. You walk in my direction, I go the other way. I start to stutter when I speak. Trying to stand up, my knees go weak. What's happening to me? In the dark, can you tell me what it means? I lay my head on my pillow, staring out the window, trying to start for a sign. It's the reason why. Oh, yeah. Baby, when I see you, when I see you, baby, when I never know you might walk by. Oh, baby, so I gotta be right on time. When I see you, I scribble X and O's in my notebook, checking how my hair and my nails look. I feel myself in the zone. You're nervous when you call. I say I'm not home.
Okay, now look. This nail was a lot better. This is what you want to do. You want to make sure when you put your bead down, you push it up all the way up to your cuticle without flooding your cuticle, so that you don't have to keep going around and patching up around the cuticle. So when you get that bead on there, I had a little piece of glitter right there. I was getting it off. So if you have to get something off, just swipe to the side and it'll come right off. But yeah, just make sure that you push that bead up to your cuticle, not on your cuticle, but all, push it up before it dries, so that you don't have to go in little bitty sections piecing, getting all those little spots filled. You don't want to do that. It's going to make the nail more bulky. You're going to have to do more filing around your cuticle area if you do that. I know it happens sometimes. But as y'all can see, I picked up this brush. And look at how I'm holding my brush too, y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm shaking. I'm really shaking a lot in this video trying to do this set. And, and I also forgot to tell y'all, this is in real time. The application is in real time if you can't tell. And I'm shaking because I did this set in the afternoon or the evening, and I had a second cup of coffee. I usually only have 1 cup of coffee in the morning, and that's it. And I usually do my nail sets in the morning, like after my first cup of coffee, and I'm okay. But I don't usually have 2 cups of coffee, so I was a little shaky. But holding my brush like this is actually helping, like, with the balance and with the shakiness. But I want to talk about this brush. So I've got like 2 or 3 of these brushes, and these were the first brushes, good brushes, that I had ever bought, because my first brush was that what's that brush called? If I can think of what the brush is called, I'll put it up here. But that wasn't a good brush. It wasn't 100% Kolinsky. I got it off of Amazon. It was not a good brush at all. So then after that, I got these brushes that you see here off DH Gate. And these are 100% Kolinsky brushes, y'all. These are some really good brushes. None of the hairs have frayed. None of them have came out. And as you can see, I can just pick up a corner on this brush, and it picks up more acrylic than the Young Nails sculptor brush, because that is a sculptor brush. So that's just for, like, getting into tight spots, in my opinion. Now, this is where I had some trouble at, y'all. These things do not have any stickiness to them. They do not stick at all whatsoever. I was trying to figure it out on this nail. I was having a hard time because it did not stick. On the second finger, I finally did figure it out. And basically, if you want to encapsulate these, y'all, I have a whole bunch of these. I have a whole bunch, and I'm going to use them some way, somehow. So the best way to use these is just put them on the nail like that. Hold it down. Don't even use the wax paper. You're going to see me use the wax paper. It does not work at all. Just hold it down like that. Put some clear acrylic on top and leave it alone. Just let the clear acrylic dry so it can hold it down. and then you can cut around it, and then you can continue to encapsulate it. I did have to do more filing on those 2 nails, of course, because they were thicker, but it was worth it. It wasn't too bad. I think it came out really pretty, but as you can see, look at it. It just keeps on coming up. Like, it just kept coming up. It was, I was about to give up, y'all. Every time I touched the end of it like that, I just want to snatch it off the nail. Like, I was just finna give up on it, but I kept looking at it and I was like, it's so pretty. If I can just get it to stay down, it'll be so pretty. So I was like, okay, well, let me cut around it so that it'll stop lifting, because, it kept lifting. The edges of it kept making the whole thing lift. So, y'all, I wanted to pull this thing off so many times. It was getting on my nerves. But I was like, it's going to be so pretty if I can just get it to stick. It just was not sticking. So basically, you just have to leave it alone and let that clear acrylic dry on there. After you get maybe like 2 coats of clear on there, just leave it alone and let it dry. As you can see, I'm trying to put it, in the middle so I can get it to stick on there and be still. So I kind of figured it out on this finger, and I just went on ahead and put it on there, and see, it's not sticking, y'all. You would think it's not sticking at all. Like, it's not sticking at all. So you have to be real careful. See, like, it's not sticking. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all watch me struggle with this for just a second, and I'll be right back.
My favorite song. Should I send an email at home? You're the number one topic on the phone. I wonder if you know, do you have a clue? I lay my head on my pillow, and you got me staring out the window. We're showing the stars outside. What's the reason why? You're always sexy boy. You're sexy boy. Hey, baby. Yeah. I'm not gonna run now, just gonna stand here and sleep. Yeah. Hey, baby, I see you. So sexy boy, so sexy boy. Around you,
There was no need for me to do this. This did not work at all. I was thinking maybe it would flatten it and make it stick down. It didn't do anything. So I was thinking, well, maybe my clear acrylic dried too much. So I tried to put another thin layer of clear acrylic down and press down on it again. And it just basically nappied up the clear acrylic. So I just had to pat it back down and smooth it back out, because it did not do anything at all. I guess it's because of the material of this stuff. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like really slippery, and I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, y'all. But it just don't want to stick. But it will. It will stick. If you have the determination to make it stick, it will stick. Because then, I started to see it come through, and I was getting mad. And I was like, no, this is going to stick. This is going to work. This thing will get encapsulated. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I was just like, let me make sure I put enough clear acrylic on here, because I know I'm going to have to do a whole bunch of filing. So when I file, when I shape these nails and file these nails, I will not file off the design, it ain't no sticker, whatever it is. And, I think we're supposed to use these for like airbrush or You can use the little eyeshadow stuff, but it ain't gonna work for that because it will not stick at all. So it's just gonna be a mess. It's not gonna work. So I will probably be using these for encapsulating because I really love the way this nail set turned out. It looks so, I'm not good with, nail art and all that yet, so I'm sure if I tried to put my lines down, it would not look this clean. So I'm happy that I didn't give up. So now, y'all, I had got up and I said, let me go get some more colors because I'm using these neon rhinestones, and I need some more color to these nails. So I didn't know what I was doing. So when I put that green down, y'all, I didn't really know what I was doing. So the way it laid down crooked like that. So when it happened, I was like, okay, wherever the acrylic, I be trying to make everything a game, y'all. I be trying to make everything a game. So I be like, okay, wherever the green acrylic does not cover, I'm going to put some foil. Because I wasn't finna use these stickers on my other hand. Like, I was over the stickers. Like, no, I wasn't finna struggle and do that again with my other hand. So I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the silver foils on the other hand and on the rest of these nails on this hand. So, it can all still match because, those little sticker things, or so-called sticker things, are silver. So it'll match. So I was like, okay. So I was trying to put the yellow down to where it didn't cover the whole pinky, but it did. So I just put the foil where the yellow was a little bit less opaque, and I just did it like that. I just be making up stuff like as I go, y'all, honestly. I have a recreation in mind. I'm trying to think, what is her name? I know her name, but I don't want to say it wrong, and I don't want to say it. So when the time comes, I am going to tag her and let her know, that I am recreating her set. Now on the thumb, y'all, once again, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just doing something. So I just put that on top of the nail, and I'm just making it look like abstract art, kind of like, and just tapping it down. This is another way that you can do the airbrush look. If you don't have an airbrush, put your solid color down and then get a wet bead and put it right in the middle of the nail. I will do that, or use the powders to the end of time, y'all, because I refuse to buy an airbrush gun. Like, I am not going to buy, and I've been saying this from the beginning. I know if I haven't bought one now, I'm not going to do it because to me, I feel like that's just too much work. When you can just get your acrylic, just get you a wet bead of acrylic and just tap that in the middle or tap it on the end, wherever you want it, and you can make that airbrush look without an airbrush. You can use the eyeshadows now. They have now they're selling on Temu or wherever the eyeshadow, the little kits or whatever that have multiple colors in it. Or you can use pigments. You can do it with pigments too. So anyway, as y'all can see, I have started working on my other hand as well. All this is in real time. The only thing that wasn't in real time, I think, was when I did speed up when I was trying to encapsulate that so-called sticker. And I think that's it. And the filing. I didn't even show no filing, y'all, because I showed a little bit, but I sped it up. But I ain't even I already felt like this video was going to be too long. Most of my videos are anywhere between like 15 to 20 minutes. So this one was almost 30 minutes long, and I was like feeling like if I would have put all the filing in there, it would have been way too long. So now I'm just encapsulating everything. I want to make sure everything is encapsulated well so that when I go to file, I don't file off, the foils or anything that's on the nail. So I'm going to let y'all watch me encapsulate these really quick. I do have to go over them look at how I'm holding my brush, y'all. And then I'm balancing it. You see how I'm balancing on the palm of my hand and holding my brush. I think I'm going to try to do some nail art like that, holding my brush like that, instead of holding it like, a pen. I want to just, and I noticed that too. When I did it, I watched somebody else's video and she was doing some nail art and she was holding her nail art pen or brush like that. And see, usually you see how I'm holding now, that's usually how I hold my brush when I'm doing my acrylic. But I was shaking so much this day, I ended up holding it the other way. You could see me shaking a little bit, but I felt like I was shaking more on the inside. So holding it that way was just helping me out, because you see how I'm balancing and stuff with my pinky. So it was just making everything a lot more easier. So I think I really am going to try to use my nail art brush and do some lines and do like some nail art like that, holding the brush like that, to see, like, I feel like it might be easier. I don't know. I'm going to try it out and see how it works. I'm going to put a little bit more pink right here because it wasn't as opaque as I wanted to be. And then I'm going to put, I didn't show it, but I put another clear coat, a little bit of more clear acrylic on top of that as well. So I'm just making sure this pinky is built up good enough, because sometimes, y'all, my pinky gets neglected and I don't build up the pinky like it should be built up. Yeah, and you don't want your pinky. I have noticed now that I like my nails to be on the thinner side, but you still need to have, that structure there, and you still need to make sure that pinky is got enough acrylic on it, because, it's the pinky. It's the smallest nail for one thing, so you want to make sure that it's good. But yeah, I have this set. It's probably like one of my top favorite sets now, besides my little cougar set I did for my birthday. Those really super long ones. It's another set that I really like, but I really like these because I didn't do them as thick, and I noticed that a lot of my beginner sets were on the thicker side, and I think that's probably why I don't like my nails thick anymore, because in the beginning my nails were too thick, and just seeing them thin, I don't know, they just look better to me. I just really like them thin like that. Okay, this is all shaped and filed, y'all. Y'all see? I really love these nails. But she was, it was a client that I was talking to, and she was saying that you would think that if the nails are thinner, if they break, it won't hurt as bad, because if they thicker and they break, it's probably going to take your whole nail. I know who said that. But I can't think of her name. It was actually a content creator on here. So anyway, y'all, if y'all use this glue right here to put on your charms, you have to know exactly where you're going to put your charms down. That's why, as you can see, if you look back there, I already have them. I've already got it like set up how I want it. It looks like I'm trying to move it, y'all, but it's not budging. It is not budging. That's just me trying to move it. Is basically just a habit to go back in and like try to push it, but it's not moving, y'all. It's not moving at all. See how I try to push it? It ain't, y'all, it's not moving. It's not moving. So if you use this glue, you need to make sure that you know exactly where you're putting your rhinestones, and you need to make sure that you put it down exactly where you want it, because it sticks instantly, y'all. I like this glue because you don't have to put it in the lamp, and I'm just putting some little parts around just to make sure that it's staying, and everything has still, stayed on. Like, that glue is so strong. It is, you don't even have to put it in a lamp. That's what I like about it. Like, of course, okay, for like on this one, I barely missed the spot, so it did slide a little bit. I missed it right here, and it slid just a little bit, but I push it back up there real quick, y'all, real quick, because look, it stuck that quick. As soon as I pushed it back up there, it stuck. So that glue is no joke. It will keep your rhinestones on, but you just have to make sure that you put it in the right spot, or you're gonna have to get it. You're gonna have to get your tool and take it off and redo it. So the only time I wouldn't use this glue is if I'm like blinging out a whole entire nail or something like that, and I like to like move everything around to figure out where I want my placement and stuff like that. But yeah, you guys, that is all for this video. I'm gonna top coat the nails with this red iguana, and that's gonna be it for this set, you guys. I will see you in my next one, or I will see you over on your video. Bye. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Hide your body, as long as you dreaming about me, ain't no problem. I don't got nobody just with you right now. But the truth, I look better under you. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can us lose and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. I can't just snooze and miss the moment. You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. You do. In the top tier ride with you, I feel like Scarface. Like that white bitch with the bob, I'll be your main one. Let's take this argument back up to my place. Sex remind you I'm not violent on you day one. We had shit, yeah. It was magic, yeah. Smash and grab shit, yeah. Nasty habits take a hold when you're not here. Ain't a home when you're not here. Are they grown when you're not here? I'm saying I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I lose and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody do body like you do.